Welcome back to the channel. This is Brady. We are here at Highland National today, late March, spring 2021, second installment of this spring golf series. Here are your competitors. It's a brisk evening, not so windy though, decent conditions, and the course played really well. Hole 1 is a par 4, 344 yards, fairly straight. Our first drive does okay, and it winds up on the rough or the right side of the fairway, right under a tree. This has to be the best positioning for a second shot on a first hole in recent memory, maybe years. Using my pitching wedge, I try to take some off of it and hit sort of a softer shot. I end up clearing the green, and we're looking at a short chip from just behind the green. Good height on the chip, clears all the nasty stuff, gets on the green, rolls into a reasonable distance, and I'm actually able to knock this putt down to start the day with a par. Hole 2, another par 4, 329 yards. I have driver looking up after a little bit of disagreement about where the pin actually is, it is actually straight ahead as I thought. I'm not going to blame anyone, but it is Evan's fault for disagreeing with me, and I shanked this left into almost into the hole right next to us. This is the situation where I most frequently cheat. Couldn't find the ball. There were people playing in on the hole next to us. I should have found the ball, so I take a drop and I don't tell anyone. The following chip was a bit better, but it did run past the hole a little bit more than I liked, and decently long putt that I get close and knock in the 2-putt. For our second installment into the spring golf fashion in Minnesota, the sleeves have gone under the polo to keep it a little bit, we're a classier joint here at Highland National, but it is still only about 40 degrees. Hole 3, par 4, 354 yards. Really happy with the connection on my driver on this hole. What seems to be a trend, though, is on my best drives of the day, I get pretty unlucky. I hit the hazards in play, that's why they're there, and I don't aim away from them because I don't have the ability to aim away from them. But much like I landed in the pond at Phelan after a nice drive, here I am going directly into the bunker. Didn't have a lot of room to work out of the bunker. I was hoping to use my sand wedge and get a little better contact and make it to the green, but I only ended up going about 25, 30 yards into the fairway. Next shot is another sand wedge chip to the green. I end up high and right of the flag, which leads to a well-paced putt I'm pretty happy about. I think I'm doing a good job of cutting down on 3 putts, getting it close with these longer putts. But get it there within 2 feet and tap it in. Hole 4, par 3, 149 yards. You'll see here I top this tee shot, and it actually ends up working out really well for me, but I still get pretty upset about it, although it's not happening too often anymore, so that's positive. Second shot, just shy of the green. I have the sand wedge out for a chip, just trying to clear the hill, make it onto the front side of the green and roll near the pin. Fairly successful shot. Gave myself a good look to save par after missing the green on the tee shot. Would have been a scrappy par, but don't hit this hard enough, leave it short, have to settle for a bogey. Hole 5, par 5, 508 yards. The driver has been flying pretty straight today, which is a little bit more difficult for me, honestly, because I'm used to having to play the right direction, the miss right. So I get this one straight, but I am aiming a bit left. I go over these pine trees to the left into a pile of leaves. Next shot, I have 6-iron trying to lay up. I have quite a ways left. I don't have a good look at it, and I end up getting too many leaves, not enough ball, and making it out into the fairway, but not very far away. From the fairway, approach wedge, have a little over 100 left to the pin. A little chunky. I don't quite make it all the way there, end up in the rough left. This next chip is fun. It is with the sand wedge. Need to clear a little bunker and not go too far. I do a decent job. I do go past the pin, but not too upset with how far. Another nice putt gets me close to the hole so I can tap in for a 2-putt bogey on this hole, and I'm pretty happy about how the round's going. It's a little scrappy, it's not too pretty, but I like the way I'm scoring, so I'm happy with that. Back-to-back par 5s. I thought that was a pretty neat feature of the course. Hole 6, par 5, 465 yards. I catch a nice drive, but it's not a typical ball flight. Low, left. Doesn't quite go as far as usual, but the lie that I get isn't so bad. From here, I got my 5-iron. I have about 210 left. I expect it to be a little bit chunky out of the rough, but I end up getting great contact, and unfortunately going far past the green and to the left. If you can see on the little map in the right-hand corner, I have an entire bunker I need to clear with this chip, so I have lob wedge, just trying to get it high and stick it to the green. Tentative shot, end up going straight into the bunker, as it seems you always do in this situation. Not the most beautiful escape from the bunker, but anytime you're out of a bunker in one shot, I'm happy, at least by my standard. So leave myself a little bit of a lengthy putt, which does not go in, runs past a little bit, and end up 2-putting here for a double bogey.
Oh, Trace, that was a good putt, dude.
Hole 7, par 4, 405 yards. Something about that driver swing's ugly. I don't like it. I think I'm coming over the top a little bit too much. But this one's still reasonable. I miss the fairway left and end up under a tree for a difficult shot, but good distance overall. Unfortunately, when you're never in the fairway off the tee, you're always dealing with these sort of tricky shots. This one, 8-iron, just trying to roll it up to the green. Actually do a pretty nice job, end up in the front right off the green. Third shot is a chip with a sand wedge from just outside the green. Ends up short, moving a little bit left. Acceptable effort, not too bad.
Here, just go for it.
Almost make the up and down, but I do miss by just a couple inches for a tap-in bogey. Hole 8, par 3, 150 yards. This is going straight into the wind, and even though we had a lot of discussion and saw each other's shots, we all ended up just a club length short. Probably would have clubbed up if we knew how that was going to look, but right on the front edge, not too bad. Using the 8-iron here for the bump and run I like to do on a relatively flat, close chip, and good distance, gets real close, and able to get the only the second par of the day. Hole 9, par 4, 379 yards. This is my second shot. My first drive, I crushed over that fence to the right into the driving range. That's why you see that little tantrum I threw there with the tee stomp. I end up far left onto the other hole, the first fairway actually. Need to take a drop because I can't find it, and the night's almost over. Slap it back into the correct fairway. Decent chip onto the green. And we're just trying to get out of here without ruining the score. A fun first putt, a lot of action. Downhill, I was kind of worried I was going to run off the green. It doesn't go too far, and I'm able to sink the follow-up putt. So 10 over on the day. One shot better than last week's video, and this is at a course that is one shot higher in par. So I count both of those as victories. I'm pretty happy with the performance. Like I said, I walked away feeling like I played really well, but the score only being slightly better, and thinking back on it, the shots weren't so pretty. So overall, positive day, happy about it, and looking forward to the next round.